4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Connie's Truffle House. We're glad you're here. Guess what? Kristen's behind the camera. She is the executive producer, the director, my boss, and queen of my life.
No,
Love
not
you.
all those. We're just having fun. We're just
Yes.
having fun. But we're
We
excited.
always do, but we're glad you're here.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you for
excited to
coming
do
back. Today's going to be extra special
It is.
for lots of reasons.
Let's start with your beautiful apron. Tell us a little bit about your beautiful apron.
Okay, let me tell you about this apron. This apron, let me start over. Today's presentation, I was trying to think of a good word. Is that a good word?
That's a great word.
Today's presentation is so special. And when I decided I wanted to do this today, I thought, oh my goodness, I've got to dedicate this to my late sister, Patty, who loved these treats. Patty loved her family, sweets, and life so much. She left us several years ago, but her mantra remains with me every single day. And you know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Be the best you can be every day. So today's presentation is for you, Patty, because I know you're watching because your sweet tooth is still with us. That's part of our gene pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
And
that.
I wanted you to see some of her favorite things. Patty loved Wedgwood. This is a picture of us when we were little. I think I'm about 3. She's probably about 5 and a half.
Aw,
And
you're so cute.
today we are going to do avalanches.
Woohoo!
And the reason I didn't write down the recipe is because there really isn't one.
I know. This is kind of like the kitchen sink of goodness.
Yeah. This
I like
is, you're exactly right. This is everything but the kitchen sink. This is why it's one of my very favorite things to make, is because you don't really have to worry about measurements.
I know.
It's not like baking a cake where if you
Yeah.
don't have the right ingredients, that cake's not going to turn out. This, and I kind of put out here what I'm going to use today. Hey, Chris, can you come over here?
Sure.
These are just some of the things you can do. Your
Wow.
imagination is all you need to create
Are
avalanches.
those Cadbury eggs?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
these you get at Christmas. You know, the Cadbury
For
cream-filled
Easter.
eggs. Yeah, did I say Christmas?
Yeah. We eat them, I remember, at Easter.
You know what I mean, at Easter. And this is something, I'm gonna walk around here.
This is
with
like
you.
a glorified Rice Krispie treat.
Yes, that's exactly it. I love these Lindor Truffles. I buy them all the time.
I do too.
I love them. They are so good. They're especially good for baking. And can I tell you how this all happened?
Sure.
Years ago, we were in Colorado. I made my very first trip to the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. And I got what they called bark.
Yeah.
I think it was called bark.
Okay.
And I tasted it and I thought, this is like a really delicious Rice Krispie treat.
Oh, wasn't it called an avalanche?
Well, I couldn't remember because now I just went to one a few weeks ago at an airport and it was called bark. But I thought it was called avalanche back in the 90s.
Okay.
So I started calling mine avalanches. I
Yeah.
think I'll walk back around.
Yeah, come back around.
Okay, so I tasted that avalanche or Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory bark, and I said, this is delicious, I gotta duplicate it. So I'm looking on their label, but you know they don't give you everything.
Yeah.
And it's basically Rice Krispies, peanut butter, marshmallows, and white chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think this was in the early 90s. I started just playing around with my own version of avalanche / bark. So I just kind of call it Connie's Avalanche because guess why? It's like an avalanche of flavor. It's like all this goodness flowing down the mountain into this bowl.
Yeah.
Well, I already got it started.
Whoa.
So what's in here right now, friends? And remember, you can add to, take away, use your own imagination. But right here, what I got started, all this is one bowl microwave. One bowl microwave in a 13x9 sheet lined with foil.
Okay.
This is 2 bags of white chocolate chips.
Okay.
One's Nestle, one's Ghirardelli.
Okay.
This
We're
is a
having fun.
bar of the Lindt white chocolate.
Okay.
Now, I should have put this in, but I got carried away talking right away.
Okay.
That takes longer because it's a bar.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna put the camera down so we can see
okay,
what you're doing.
so
down
that's
here.
a bar.
Okay.
Alrighty. Now what I'm gonna do, because this takes just a little bit longer to melt, I don't want to put in my Lindor Truffles, my prepackaged truffles yet, because you know they got a soft center,
Yeah.
and then we'll have one watery mess.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just going to put this in right
Okay.
here into my drawer. I'll start it. I'll probably check it in 20-25 seconds.
Okay.
In the meantime, let me tell you what you need to have kind of on hand.
Okay.
This is one of those treats when you make it, you need to have everything on hand because you don't want the white chocolate to start to get a little hard.
Oh, okay.
So I'll keep everything on hand, but as you can see, okay, I'm going to stop it now. Okay, I think we're good to go with the next step.
Okay.
So right now we got the 2 bags of white chocolate chips. We have that 1 bar that we showed you over there of the Lindor white chocolate. Now, this is the part that you can change up any way you like.
Okay.
These are the white chocolate Lindor Truffles that come in those little pretty full wrapped.
We saw 'em.
Yes. These are milk chocolate. These are the fudge swirl. You can use the caramel. This is the combination I like. Mainly the recipe is a white chocolate base, but you can add those to it and mix them up. These melt quickly because like I said, it's a hard shell, but the center is
Soft.
a soft truffle, right?
Yeah.
So we get it kind of going right now.
Okay.
And do you like my spatula?
I love it.
Yeah.
What's it say?
Enjoy life, it's delicious.
Aww, I love that. I do too. Super cute.
You know what, let's go ahead while we're going,
Okay.
because it's kind of moving a little bit fast because I got a head start to save time. Peanut butter, you can use creamy, you can use peanut. I just buy the big jar of Jif.
Okay.
Now, if you're into almond butter, if you want it to be organic, do
that would
anything
be
you like.
so good.
But one thing, do not serve this to any friends or family with a peanut allergy.
Yeah.
Very important. So just put it, and look friends, I don't know how much that is. That might be a cup. It might be too much. It might not be enough. But everything is according to your taste.
Okay.
How much do you like peanut butter?
You get to play.
Exactly. This is so much fun to do with kiddos because you don't have to worry about them, oh no, you put in too much flour. This is going to ruin the cake.
Yeah.
This is something they can say, Mimi, can we add this? Yeah, why not? Now the next thing we're going to add, very important, don't go overboard with the marshmallows, but add the marshmallows, okay? Let's move these to the side. Now, do you remember, not long ago, we made caramel sauce together?
Yes.
Okay, I love the flavor of caramel with white chocolate. It's to die for. So, I've got a little bit left. I've eaten it all since we made this because I love it in the breakfast bag. So what I'm going to do, that was enough. Okay, see that's room temperature. That was enough, friends. You might want to watch what you're doing when you're pouring room temperature caramel sauce into a bowl. But look at that.
Oh my goodness. I
Look at that. I wish you were sitting here because if you could smell this. Oh my goodness, I love that. Now, see everything else we have here that you're going to add eventually? Nothing needs to go into the microwave. Rice Krispies, they don't go into the microwave.
Obviously,
Fold them in at the end. We're going to fold in the M&Ms, pecans. You can use cashews. You can use pistachios. You know what else is delicious?
What?
Do I have it out there? No. Toffee.
Ooh.
Chopped up toffee, fine. So you get that little bit of that praline crunch chocolate with the nuts on top. Delicious. A dear friend of mine makes the best toffee, but I eat it before I can put it in here. But you know where you can get some store-bought coffee? Toffee, that's not bad. Trader Joe's.
Oh, really?
Just chop it up, reasonably priced. Okay, we're going to pop this back into the microwave.
Okay. I'm giving you your 10-minute and 43-second warning.
Ooh.
But you're doing great because this is so much fun.
Okay.
You're doing awesome.
But I'm going to lose somebody. Please don't go. Stay with us.
You're cute.
It will be worth it.
Yeah.
I'm a wordy person. Okay, chocolate's ready.
That's
Here.
ideal.
There you go.
Less mess.
Okay, now, here we go. See how the marshmallows have puffed up from the microwave?
Yeah.
And they will smooth out with the temperature of the chocolate. okay, and the
Wow.
peanut butter.
That looks
Can you see
amazing.
how the
caramel
chocolate
sauce?
Lindor Truffles
Oh my
have
goodness.
started to kind of melt in and give this delicious treat a little bit of a pale milk chocolate color along with that caramel sauce we
looks
made last week?
So good.
Isn't that good? Yeah. Okay, we're going to stir it a little bit more. It may need one more trip in the microwave.
Okay.
Okay, let's get one more trip in the microwave. Maybe 30 seconds for you that like exact time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's do 30 seconds. There we go. Anyway, something I didn't tell you while the microwave's cooking. Patty loved Belize.
She did.
So
I love that.
this is her apron.
And
from
so
Belize.
she bought it in Belize.
Yes.
Okay.
They would go to Belize, I think, just about every Christmas for years.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm stopping it at 20 seconds.
Okay.
The last thing you want to do, don't overcook.
Yeah.
You don't want to over microwave because chocolate will burn. And then you have that terrible odor. You
Yeah.
know right away if you've burned your chocolate.
Okay.
So
I don't think I've
we're
done
we're
that
good to go.
Okay.
Check this out, friends. Okay, we're just gonna stir this up. Marshmallows probably could be a little more melted, but they're fine.
Okay.
They're fine. Now, the Rice Krispies, they're getting ready to go in. No magic number. Don't have to measure them.
Okay.
I've got about a 2-cup measuring cup here.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I may not use them all.
All right.
This is gluten-free.
Oh, I know. That's why I love it.
This is gluten-free. Some people have a little bit of a problem digesting caramel sometimes, so do be careful of that.
Okay.
See, I probably used a cup of Rice Krispies, hun,
Yeah.
and I think it's enough.
Okay.
I think that's plenty. I'd rather taste all the chocolate and the peanut butter and fewer Rice Krispies. Oh, I take it back. I might add a few more. Alrighty? Now, this is the fun part.
Okay.
This is when you can add as much or as little as you like. I'm just going to dump in. And what is fun with this recipe, Chris, is it can become so seasonal. At Christmas, I use the red and green M&Ms. Valentine's Day, I use red,
Pink and
white,
red.
and pink.
Yeah.
Easter, all the pastels. 4th
Yeah, I
of
love
July, red, white, and blue. This is my go-to dessert. I give it to people and they always say, what's in it? And I said, everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
So we can use more of these. The thing about peanut M&Ms inside an Avalanche, you have to be careful not to go overboard because when you start cutting them, it's a little tough to cut through a peanut M&M.
Oh, gotcha.
So we always use plain. So we got plain.
Yeah.
This is probably a cup of chopped pecans. You don't have to use them all.
Okay.
Everything is to taste.
Yeah.
Make an avalanche, it's to taste. Okay? So then we'll just fold all this goodness in. That's
Wow,
why
that
the
was
sign
fast.
says goodies galore.
Yeah.
There's no way I could list all this. How much time?
Oh, we are at 15 minutes.
Oh, please stay. Don't leave. Okay, here we go. It gets
This
a
is
little tougher to
fun.
stir because you got a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, but you know what? I think we're there.
It's really thick.
I think we are there.
That looks so good.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're going to pour it in, and then you're probably wondering what I'm going to do with these mini chocolate
Do
chips.
you just sprinkle them on top?
Yep, here we go, friends. Pouring it in,
Woo!
scrumptious goodness into the prepared 13 by 9 foil-lined pan. And that is just a little taste of heaven right here in Austin, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. And when it's going to be 110 out, I'm just going to cool off with an avalanche and pretend like I'm in the Rockies. There you go. There you go.
You're so cute. Oh my
And
goodness.
then later, when we're not on the camera, we'll lick the bowl.
Yeah.
We could do it right now.
We
but
could do it
people-
right now.
Yeah, actually, that sounds like
I
a
might have to
doggone
come
good
over there,
idea.
actually.
Okay, look at this, kids.
Okay, I gotta zoom in close.
Okay, look at this.
Alright, let's see what
We
do.
got this. And do you know, I did a lot of talking. If I didn't talk, after prepping everything, I could have had this done in probably 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This is what, now it takes longer to set up. Okay, now,
Okay.
see
Oh,
this?
Hang on. I don't have you in.
Now, because I don't have those minis,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little plain looking
Oh, you're
without
talking about the mini M&Ms.
mini M&Ms,
Oh, gotcha.
right? that you buy in the little canisters at the
Yeah.
checkout lane.
Yeah.
And they're very cute. I don't have any, so I'm going to use the plain M&Ms on the top for color. Look how pretty. Just for color, that's all.
Yeah.
And I don't put the peanut M&Ms on top, because like I said, they're just hard to cut through. And then you just let this set up. It will take a little bit of time, because there's an awful lot of melted chocolate in here, and it's about 100 degrees outside. So it's going to take a little bit of time for this to set up. Now, what you can do if you're in a hurry for it to set up,
Exactly.
let it cool.
Okay.
Let it cool down, but pop it in the fridge
Okay. Sorry.
for half an hour max,
Okay.
okay? Now we're going to sprinkle on these. And guess what we're going to do? You know, Chris and I are having a ball doing this together. And I want you to see the finished product.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So what we're going to do is we're going to pause. And then Krista and I are just going to sit down and visit. Not on camera. And then we're going to come back after this has set up, and I'm going to take it out of the pan, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then guess what we're going to do? Taste it.
Taste it.
So, here we go. Connie's Avalanches, made in Austin, Texas for you. I wish that you could come and eat one with us right now, but we're going to say goodbye for now, and then we'll be back in a little bit to depan, that's kind of like deplane, and cut them up.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Sounds good.
Bye. Spatula.
Yeah.
We'll probably do these.
Okay. Oh, those are so little. Here. You take that one, and I'll take this
Okay.
one. I love that your fingers are covered in it.
And I got it here.
I know. You
Is it
can't
running?
lick the bowl and keep your mouth. What?
Is it running?
Oh, yeah.
Right now? Okay, we're back.
We're having...
Remember we said that we thought about licking the bowl in private? We decided, who wants to do that in private?
Yeah.
Let's just share the goodness. So,
This is amazing.
isn't that good?
Oh, my goodness. This is like
Do I have it on my chin?
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We told you we would show you how to depan and take it off the foil, and then how to taste it. Did you see us licking the bowl? We had a blast.
That was fun.
Here. That was fun. Okay, so if you have one of these special gloves, you can use them. If not, not a big deal. You lift it out of the pan like this. The pan's clean. I probably won't even wash it. Go like this. Peel off the foil. Look at that.
Wow.
See? Isn't that easy?
That
You
was
want to grab that side? Awesome.
awesome.
And then get, oh, hon, can you grab those little
Sure.
bits?
Okay, those guys.
Get those guys. And then we'll go like this.
Oh, nice.
Bring it down.
That's
And there we go.
Aw, that looks so good.
We got deep-panned avalanches. Sorry, I got a phone call. Because we're using my phone to film.
Yeah.
We don't need special, fancy, expensive equipment. We're just using my phone.
Hopefully they won't call back. I kind of hung up on them. Sorry, now we know.
Okay. One thing I did forget to mention when I was
Okay.
lining the foil in the pan, do this with every size pan, do your very best, and you can use knuckles,
Okay.
do your very best to get the foil tapped down in the corners.
Okay,
The
okay.
corners are usually rounded. If you don't get them tapped down and really patted down in the pan, then you're going to have a lot of very rounded edges where when you cut a square,
Yeah.
it's going to not be very
Still
nice.
edible, right?
Yes. Okay. So the edges are always my favorite because I just like edges. But look, this is kind of soft. You know, we
Okay.
had a lapse. We paused. We let it set up. I put it in the fridge for about 20 minutes, Chris.
Yeah.
So it's now perfect. And you do not need to refrigerate avalanches.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Now, if you're not going to eat them for 6 months, you might need to put them in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
But these can set out
Oh,
in a
yeah.
cool place in an airtight container. In
Okay.
in an airtight container. That's Abby, the precious DOG, as the
Precious dog.
grandkids say. So check it out.
All right.
Now, you'll see what I was talking about with peanut M&Ms.
Being a little
Because
harder
when you
to cut through.
when you get to a peanut M&M, it's going to be just a little bit trickier. If you can see that part right there, yeah. These make such good gifts. Like I said, spruce it up for seasonal. Spruce it up with different colored M&Ms. Chris, you want to try one?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the finished product. Another thing I should mention, friends, if you want, you know how some of the Rice Krispie treats will be about 2 inches? Do this in a 8x8 or 9x9 and you'll have very thick Rice Krispie squares.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm gonna take a bite, then we're gonna have to sign off because you have to go pick up the kids.
Yeah. That is so good.
You love it?
It's so smooth. My goodness.
It is very smooth.
I love it.
One time, I'm chewing with a mouthful, forgive me. One time I gave this as a gift to someone. They said, "What kind of fudge is this?" I thought, wow, that's kind of fun that someone thought it was fudge.
Yeah.
But it's very smooth. I don't have a ton of Rice Krispies in here, so it's not your typical Rice Krispie treat. But I hope you try it.
Gosh, this is so
I hope
good.
you'll let me know if you enjoyed making it. And if you come up with a secret ingredient, share it with me.
Do that. Please
Ready
comment
to go?
with what you're adding in yours. Because we would love just to know how you're doctoring it up. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Okay.
Should we say bye?
Okay, we'll say bye.
Love y'all.
We gotta go get
Bye.
the kiddos.
Come over and have an avalanche. Bye.
Bye.
Is it off yet?
No.
Is it off yet, Mom?